All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, we're going to dive into something super cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking martial arts,
Awesome.
specifically Wing Chun and Jiu Jitsu.
Love it.
And this is all thanks to a podcast discussion I heard recently. And it really got me thinking, what makes each of these styles so unique and, effective?
Absolutely.
So today we're going to break down their strengths,
Yeah.
their weaknesses.
For sure.
And who knows, maybe we'll even discover some benefits that go way beyond just the fighting aspect.
Totally. I think that's one of the most interesting things about martial arts.
Yeah.
It's not just about, punching and clicking. It's about this whole mental game.
Right.
Cultivating discipline, strategy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about that mental game.
Yeah.
Let's kick things off with Wing Chun.
Okay.
Now, it's a Chinese martial art known for its super fast, close combat techniques.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, imagine a crowded street scene, right?
Right, yeah.
Is that where Wing Chun would really shine?
Absolutely. I mean, you're spot on because Wing Chun was developed centuries ago
Wow.
for real-life self-defense.
Interesting.
And it's all about being efficient in tight spaces. So there's this one technique called pak sao.
Pak sao.
Yeah, it translates to slapping hand, basically.
Okay.
And it's used to deflect an incoming attack.
Right.
But at the same time, you strike back.
Oh, wow.
So it's all about minimal movement for maximum impact.
So it's not just about brute force.
Yeah, not at all.
It's about precision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every movement in Wing Chun has a purpose.
Right.
And that's what makes it so effective, especially when you don't have a lot of room to maneuver.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gears and talk about Jiu Jitsu.
Okay.
This one comes from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the Brazilian variant is super popular right now.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
So what's the core philosophy behind Jiu Jitsu?
So Jiu-Jitsu is all about leverage and control,
Got it.
especially on the ground. It's designed to give a smaller person the tools to overcome a larger opponent.
Wow.
Which is why it's so popular in MMA.
MMA, that's mixed martial arts, right?
Exactly.
That's where you see all these crazy ground grappling moves.
Yeah, totally. It's like human chess.
It is. The way they position themselves, it's fascinating.
It's really strategic.
So, okay, we got Wing Chun,
Yeah.
the king of close quarters combat,
Yep.
and Jiu Jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
master the ground game.
Right.
It's two totally different approaches,
Totally.
which leads to a really interesting question.
What's that?
What are the pros and cons of each style?
Yeah, that's the big question.
So let's start with Wing Chun.
Okay.
With that focus on close combat,
Yeah.
it seems like it would be ideal for those confined spaces, right?
Absolutely. Like we were talking about that crowded street scene.
Right, exactly.
Wing Chun's perfect for that.
And you also develop those incredibly quick reflexes
Oh, yeah.
and precision.
It's like an automatic reaction almost. To incoming threats.
That sounds intense,
It is.
but also super practical for self-defense.
Yeah. I mean, if you're ever in a situation where you need to defend yourself,
Yeah.
Wing Chun's got you covered.
Plus, I've heard that the basics of Wing Chun are actually pretty easy to pick up.
Yeah. That's one of the great things about it.
Really?
Yeah, the movements are simple and direct. So it's a good starting point for beginners.
But like any martial art,
Right.
it's got to have its limitations, right?
Of course, every style has its weaknesses.
So what could trip up a Wing Chun practitioner?
Okay, so one area where Wing Chun might struggle is ground fighting. If your opponent manages to take you down,
Right.
Jiu-Jitsu would definitely have the advantage there.
That makes sense.
And also opponents who can keep their distance.
Keep their distance.
Yeah, or use long-range kicks.
Oh, okay.
Those could pose a challenge for a Wing Chun fighter.
So it's all about strategy,
Yeah.
knowing your strengths and your opponent's weaknesses.
Exactly. You got to adapt.
Now, what about Jiu Jitsu?
All right, so Jiu-Jitsu,
Yeah.
it's all about controlling your opponent on the ground,
Right.
using techniques like joint locks
Oh,
and chokeholds.
got it.
It's a way to neutralize a threat without always having to resort to striking.
So it's more about control than just brute force.
Absolutely.
And like we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
it's highly effective in those one-on-one situations.
Yep, like in MMA.
Okay, so if I'm stuck in an elevator with a giant,
Mm-hmm.
I should probably learn Jiu Jitsu.
It couldn't hurt.
I'm just kidding, sort of.
But yeah, it's definitely a great option for self-defense.
No, for sure.
One thing to keep in mind with Jiu-Jitsu, though, is that you really need a skilled training partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to practice effectively.
Interesting.
Unlike Wing Chun, where you can practice a lot of techniques solo,
Right.
Jiu-Jitsu really requires that live interaction to master the moves.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about the style itself,
Nope.
but also how you train.
Absolutely. The training is crucial.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here today.
We have.
Wing Chun,
Yeah?
fast, precise, perfect for tight spaces, and Jiu Jitsu,
Yeah.
master of control on the ground.
Totally different, but both so effective.
Yeah, but what does it all mean for our listener?
That's the question, right?
That's the question.
Well, here's the takeaway.
Okay.
There's no one best style.
Right.
It all comes down to what you were looking for.
Okay.
So ask yourself,
Yeah?
are you interested in self-defense?
Okay.
Maybe in close quarters situations.
Got it.
Or are you more drawn to the strategic challenge?
The challenge.
Yeah, of ground fighting and controlling your opponent.
It's about matching the martial art to your own personal goals.
Exactly. Find what works for you.
Now, here's a final thought to ponder as we wrap up.
All right, let's hear it.
Imagine a showdown
Oh, I like this.
between a Wing Chun master
Okay.
and a Jiu Jitsu black belt.
Ooh, this is good.
Who would have the upper hand? The speed and precision of Wing Chun
Right.
or the grappling dominance of Jiu Jitsu?
That is the question.
It's a martial arts mystery worth exploring.
I love it.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
This was fun.
Until next time.
Later.